Greetings, me amigos. Welcome back to more Let's Play SimCity. Last time I apparently turned the speed all the way off. I forget why. But, okay, so this is a new play session, by the way. I've been doing these episodes in, like, batches. Oh yeah, I was out of money, so I couldn't finish this thing. But now I can finish it, I guess. So let's do that, I guess. Okay, there's no reason to not have this just be a regular donut. And rode around this guy, and there you go. We're off to a good start. Oh man, oh my god, boy. By the way, I forget if I mentioned it in this game. I'm also playing Dragon Quest XI at the same time. I've been talking about it there over the last, I don't know. Well, it's basically, the point is that me going to third shift, I'm on first shift again. I was gonna go to third shift, and it took like forever for me to actually get to it. So it's been like a long time in the making. And this past weekend, today is Monday, August 8th, 2023. This past weekend, I was getting my sleep schedule flipped around to third shift, because after all the months of waiting, it finally happened where I was finally going to third shift. So I was like, woohoo. And yeah, now I'm flipping it back to first shift. And what happened is, like, oh, it's so, man, I don't even know where to begin, man. But basically, like, the job I work at, it's like a union job. So all the jobs, like, pay the same. And they're well aware that they have people of all levels of, like, competency and, you know, age and ability and you know, work ethic and whatnot. So they know that the people come in all shapes and sizes and levels of ability or whatever. So whenever they, whenever your supervisor, like, passes you to the next supervisor, they do kind of give a little, like, I'm not sure if this is, like, officially, like, off the record, but they'll basically be like, okay, this guy sucks, or this guy is good, or this guy is flaky, or whatever. So they try to put you on a job that, like, matches, you know, they have a term for it. They call it a good fit. Basically means that, like, if they have, like, a giant fat person, they would not want to put them on a job that requires a lot of walking, or that you have to, like, move quickly if they're not able to, like, move quickly, or if they're, like, too old to like, move quickly or whatever. Or if they're, like, a super hard worker, if they're willing to go balls to the wall, they'll be like, hey, we got someone who's, like, stupid enough to go balls to the wall for the same money as a lazy person. Here, put them on something ridiculously hard. And I sort of, unfortunately, have that reputation. So, I mean, I've been put on, like, hard stations, like, a lot. And a lot of times, there have been plenty of times where, like, I don't mind working, like, a hard station, but I have to, like, sort of like the station, you know? So, like I said, there have been stations that are hard, but I like the station, so I'll stay on it. But then there's been other times where it's like, you know, and this time is in that category where it's like, okay, well, on the one hand, I'm flattered that y'all think I'm competent and capable enough to do this job. But on the other hand, it's kind of insulting to my intelligence for you to think that I'm stupid enough to do this fucking job, you know, for the same pay as, like, an easy job. So yeah, it was one of those jobs, and oh my god, dude. I've done some jobs that were just, like, so goddamn ridiculous, and this is, like, in that category. I could put one thing, like, here, by the way. I could put one here. Well, it says I need residential and commercial. I don't know which one to put there, though. Also, I could stick one here. I don't know. Let's worry about, like, filling this up before I start, like, filling in, like, little, like, small spaces. Oh, by the way, now that some time went by, yeah, I remember in the last one I was getting rid of some industrial zones and swapping them out to try to lower the pollution a bit. Yeah, look at that one airport. The airport is creating, like, a red zone just by itself. Oh, yeah. Anytime you have more than, like, 2 industrial zones, it's always gonna be bad. Yeah, I mean, that's 7. Yeah, that's why that's bad. That's not a large area, though. Yeah, I think that giant square in the lower left corner, is probably just gonna have to stay since I'm getting the benefit from this expo. I don't know. It's not great, but I don't know. It's okay. It's probably not a big enough deal to worry about like just yet. Let's see if it's over 20%. Yeah, it's a little over 20%. Oh man, wire tax is at 20%. I'm leaving it at the default. I'm not lowering that shit, man. Like, that's my money. Like, I'm not just gonna volunteer to have like less money. If you don't like it, you can fucking move. Okay, well, we're gonna have to destroy some forest. There's no way around it. I mean, I could probably save this big chunk here. I mean, theoretically, I could just have roads, like, go through it. Instead of, like, building, like, all through this or whatever. I could just have, like, another donut. Be, like, here or something. I guess I would have to, like, plan where it was gonna go. I could put a house... Well... So you're going, like, I could put a house here, but, dude, like, every time... Well, I guess not every time. Like, these stupid houses are, like, not growing. And they're, like, by water. Does putting shit by water make it not grow? See, I thought that, but then remember this example? Like, it does grow. And these two are houses. These two grew. But now these ones aren't growing. What the hell? These are, like, getting, like, smaller. Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell, like, what's a glitch and what's, like... Oh, man, look at that. I'm guessing the bank was commercial. Look how big all these ones got all around the bank. So I think I was actually correct on that one, which is nice. There have been several that I guessed on that I'm pretty sure I was wrong on. You know what? Maybe I should just put... Maybe I should just say screw it and put industrial zones here and here, since they, like, always grow. Are there any industrial zones that, like... I'm pretty sure they, like, always grow. Even if they're, like, by water. And I do want to spread out the pollution. Well, I guess I don't need that much industrial right now, though. Maybe I should hold off on that. I'll just hold off on that. I can put one here and one here, and it'll be far enough away from the residential zones where it'll be fine. Okay, so I should plan where I'm going to put my, my next, like, block or whatever. I could put, like, 2 here, and then maybe have a donut be, like, here. Well, it still says I need residential, but it's like, well, I don't want to build I don't want to build more residential until y'all, build the ones I already gave you. Well, I mean, these commercials are growing. And it still says I need more. Do I have any other commercials that are, like, not growing? Yeah, see, I don't want to build more residential. Look, these ones, there's, like, 5 here that are, like, not growing. My god, this one random industrial zone is not growing. So weird. Look, more houses not growing. Is that a glitch? That they just sometimes don't grow? You just have to blow them up and build it again? These stupid forest houses still not turning into anything. Maybe being, like, next to the forest makes the land value, like, go up too high to where people can't afford to live there? I don't know. Let's look and see if the land value is higher in the forest areas. Wait, I guess it wouldn't be. Otherwise, this giant screen of forest would have a bunch of things on them. Yeah, it's only a couple of little spots of, like, orange, it looks like, is enough to make the people not live here. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I'm assuming that the glitch, if it is a glitch that's making some of the zones, like, not grow, I'm assuming it wouldn't happen to, like, all 5 of these. You know what? If I put commercial zones here... Actually, you know what? I never determined how far out the effect... Where it says that it gets... That it's, like... That one of these, like, special buildings... Like, helps to, like, boost the surrounding area, like, buildings or whatever. I don't know exactly how far that like extends out to. Like, if I build a commercial here, will that still get the bonus or whatever? If I go Here I can build 2. Go like that. I guess we'll be able to tell if this one grows significantly and then this one doesn't. We'll know that it can go from here to here, but it can't go from here to here. I do need road to connect it, though. Even though that went on the shore, that doesn't count as being on the water, so I didn't have to pay double for that. Okay, we're broke just in time for December payday. Woohoo. Yeah, apparently I'm starting to like not do as well. I'm only getting $1,700 instead of the usual $2,000. Oh man, look how low the population dipped. It went down like 7,000 people. Well, I'm pretty sure that there was like during one of the episodes, I noticed when I was editing, during one of the episodes, it like dipped and then it like went back up. It like went down. I forget how much it went down, but it was like a lot. But then just like time went by and it just recovered without me like really doing anything. Oh man, anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, that stupid station that they had me on. Dude, man, it was so ridiculous. It was basically like, well, a lot of times when you have when you're on a station, you have like a spot where you stand and then you just like work on the motor. I work in a boat motor factory. I forget if I said it in this playthrough. But basically like you get a motor in your station and then you just like build it and then it goes away, or like sometimes it's on like an automated thing, and then sometimes you have to depending on which line you're on, sometimes if it's on like a push cart, I know it's super like ghetto or whatever, but sometimes you have to like remove it yourself and push it to the next station like by hand. But and then you just push like the next one in, or someone will push the next one into your station. But on this freaking station, it does have that, but instead of standing in one place and working on the motor, your station is basically like, it's basically like a giant like figure 8 with like the space of like the loops in the 8 are like 2 like I don't know, like stations where you have to like also do things for like from. And the problem is that you actually have to walk around in this like figure 8 pattern, and there's like 7 places where you have to walk to. So it's not just a matter of you're like walking a lot, you're also walking a lot around a figure 8. And so you're like turning corners and like going straight and then like turning around and then like going around the corner again. You're always like zigging and zagging and like going around corners and shit. And it's like so ridiculous. And you're not doing anything in any like you're not just going like around the figure 8. The path that you have to take is like so ridiculous. You're just like, you're sometimes like doubling back on like, I'm trying to think if you're going back in ways you've already been to. But it basically like, if you were to like draw the path, it would look like a 3-year-old just like scribbled on the page. Like you're not just like going in a figure 8, or you're not going in like a circle around it. You're going in like all these like weird paths or whatever. And then so you'd be like, I don't even know like how to describe it without like drawing it out, but man. And then like the loops in the figure 8, each of those is like a thing where you also have to like make like pit stops to do something. And then one of them, you actually like 2 sides of it, you have to do a thing there too. So there's a total of 7 places where you have to like bounce around between to do like one motor or whatever. And it's just like, so you're just like running your ass around. You're just like running yourself like ragged for like the same money. And then meanwhile, the person like right next to you, like this line is, I don't know, like the path that the motor takes from like start to finish, it like loops around, and it's like so strangely shaped that it like goes all around town. But there's a person who's like right next to me, but then like their station is like much further along in the process, so it actually looks like a motor, whereas like I get the empty thing and then I'm actually putting a gear case on it, which is like the bottom part of the motor. It's the part where like the propeller like goes into the water or whatever. If you have, they call it an outboard, which is like if you see like a normal fishing boat, it has the motor hanging off the back or whatever. The very bottom part that has the propeller is like the gear case, and that's what I'm building. But then the person who's like right next to me or whatever, they're on like the regular line, so they actually have like the motor like built or whatever. But usually like the gear case gets built and then the gear cases get brought over to the main line, which then they get stuck onto the motor from there or whatever. But basically my point is that that person like spends like half the time just sitting down. Like her station is like so easy that I'm sitting here like I'm gonna be sitting here like actually I just watched the guy for like 3 hours and then it was break time and I basically was just like, yeah, it was nice meeting you, you're a great trainer or whatever, like it's cool that I got to meet you and stuff, but I was just like, I don't want to do this job. Because like basically you can like try before you buy, so you can try it for up to like 10 days, you know, 2 work weeks or whatever, and decide if you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, then you can wash out and get sent back to where you came from or whatever. But like just like watching how fast he has to go and how much he's running his ass around, I have to imagine like me doing that. Like, do I want to run around that much and just always be like, and then like anytime, and it got to the like, man, like he has like so many things to juggle. Like it got to the point where some of the things you do, you just like press a button and then it takes like, you know, 10 or 15 seconds for something to like take a reading. And then while he's doing that, he'll like grab the next one and get like the next one started and then have to like go back. So he's like bouncing back and forth. He has like multiple things like in process, like at the same time. And so like just like juggling it all. Oh man, look at that. We got 3 tops except they effed up. I wonder if there's a way to like manipulate the buildings to make it so you'll get 4 tops. Getting 4 tops is like the freaking ultimate. I had that happen like when I was a kid. It might just be luck if you get 4 tops or if you get 3 tops and then like 2 ones that are like separate that aren't topped, that aren't tops or whatever. Boy, these ones still don't want to grow. I wonder why not. Oh, there we go. There I got 2,000 and what, $79, something like that. Look, see, like it was at like 186. Now it bounced back up. Now it's 197. See, I literally did like nothing for that whole year except talk, and I gained like 10,000 people. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. But just like looking at how much he has to like run around and do stuff, and I'm just like, do I want to like work that hard and run around and do all that? I was like, no. The answer is no. I don't want to. So basically, yeah. So I basically just like dipped out of them. Like, yeah, well, I ain't doing that. Screw that. Okay, we do have some crime popping up, but even with those police departments, we do have an area of like darker orange. I should put a police station. It's like in the upper right corner. It's like right. I'm not deleting that bank, obviously. Actually, let me see exactly where the crime is, because I can't put it like directly on the bank, but I can put it like to the left. If I put it on like the left and the right of that block, I can get like coverage on it. And you know what? If I go down a little bit, well, I kind of don't want to destroy that much forest. Actually, I could put a police department. Oh, god dang it. Let me see if there was like a yellow area that was like below the orange area. I can't believe it's not giving me another, yeah, it's in the bottom right corner. So I need a police department in the middle of this residential zone. Here you go. Now y'all will feel safe. Either that or they'll come and like, and like violate your rights. One of those two will happen. Let's see if people move in. Oh man, well, every one of these costs $100. So it's like, well, now I like freaking need like 2 more. Actually, if I put one here, maybe there'll be enough overlap between this one and this one. Maybe I don't need one over here. Okay, well, I can't save all the forest. I'm telling you, man, police departments are like way too weak sauce. And I swear to God, I've put like a dozen down since I got my last headquarters. I thought you were supposed to get one every like 6 or 8. What was the last headquarters? I haven't gotten a headquarters since I started on this whole bottom island. God, look how many police departments. Jesus, man. The denizens of SimCity are quite an unruly bunch. Jesus. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 down here. And there's still like orange crime, even with these police departments. Even I got like 4 along this like bottom row. 5 if you include this one. But yeah, good lord, Jesus. And what sucks is that now when I go back, I'm gonna have to go on my like explanation tour and explain to everybody why I'm back already. I forget if I told the whole story, but the short version, see, that's the problem with doing more than one game at once, is that at this point, like, I don't remember which things I said in this game and which things I said in Dragon Quest XI. But the short version is, there was like, it was worded, see, I can't tell the short version. I need like to tell the whole story. But basically, they used to post the job bids on a bulletin board, and then at one point they changed it to where it's on like a computer. And then when they put it on when they switched it to the computer, they listed it like slightly differently, where because the end of line repair and the assembly tech 2, because it pays the same, they're counted on the same like line or whatever. It's the same like job posting or whatever, bid posting or whatever. But then whenever I saw that, I thought that it was like a repair guy because it says end of line repair. So every time I saw that bid, I was like disregarding it because I was like, well, I don't want to be a repair guy. I just want to do regular assembly. So every time I saw it, I was just like purposefully not bidding on it. And then finally, the only reason that I caught on that wasn't the case was because somewhere down the line, I saw that there was 5 openings for it. And I was like, why would they need 5 repair people on 3rd shift at the same time? So I started asking people, and they're like, yeah, that's just how they put it on the, that's how they post it, like on the computer or whatever. That's just assembly. So I don't know if you see Mrs. Doubtfire, but I had one of those moments where I was like, the whole time! So I was like, God damn it. So I finally put in the bid for it. I had enough seniority. I knew I was going to get it like immediately. But then even from the time I got the bid, it still took them like 3 months to move me because they were like redesigning the line I was on, and they wanted to wait until like all the dust had settled before letting me go. So basically, I've been eligible to bid since like the start of the year. And then I didn't get my bid until the start of May. And then I didn't actually get moved until the start of August. And now I'm going back to first or whatever. So this has been like in the making, sort of, since like January. I've been eligible to bid since January. And I just did 3 hours and I just noped out of it pretty much. So now I'm going to have some like explaining to do to everybody. Be like, oh, look at that. You did all that talking about wanting to leave and how you were so excited to leave. You wouldn't shut the hell up about it for like 6 months. About how you were so jonesing to get the hell out of here. And now you're back already. Huh, you know, what if the bank is for commercial or residential? Because look, these top 3 grew. And these are the ones closest to the bank. Why would nobody want to live here at these locations? Is it too far from industrial zones? If I build 1 industrial zone here. Let me see if this will make some people move in. I guess it doesn't matter where I put the connector road or whatever. I should just put more down now. If I put parks and then I put power over it, will that get rid of the park? Pretty sure it does, right? Yep. Okay, so that's kind of like minimalist or whatever. Oh, wow. I didn't think we were at landfill territory. Yeah, when you start running out of room, they start giving you landfills. The only thing that sucks about it is it's only a 3x3 area, which is like so paltry. Basically, you can turn a 3x3 area into land, which is dumb because it's only enough for 1 zone. It really should be like a 4x4 at the very least. Like one 3x3 is like not enough to even like be useful. Because like you want to get the most use out of it. Like I can't put a zone here, but if I put a landfill here, I only need to get rid of that like 1 tile. Or if it would be like you can clear like 10 single tiles or something. But it has to be like a 3x3 zone. It's like a big waste. Actually, I could put a zone here if I wanted to. Okay, well, now that I put a an industrial zone super close to the residential, the only thing I can think of is that maybe the residential zones are too far from these industrial zones. And I do also have these commercial zones, but it's like they might be like maxed out where nobody else can like work there. But yeah, I don't know. We shall have to see. Oh man, what was I talking about? Was I done? But yeah, there's gonna, you know, so I'm just gonna have to, I don't know. There is that part of me that's like, oh, I'm kind of coming back with like your tail between your legs. Like you took an L, it's like a setback. It's like, well, on the one hand, you could view it as a setback, but in my mind, it's not a setback because I would have hated myself if I would have stayed on it. And I've said this before, but when it comes to certain decisions in life, one thing I use to help me decide is if I'm like indecisive about something, I'll say, what's the alternative? Like in this case, it's like, well, I kind of like don't want to go back, but it's like, well, what's the alternative? Stay? Like staying is like not an option. There's like no way I'd be able to do it. I would freaking just like hate myself. And I would be like kicking myself for like not leaving when I had the chance to, So I just was like, all right, whatever. Like, yeah, it's gonna suck having everybody be like, oh, look who's back, Well, not only that, but I've washed out several times in the past. And, like, so there's people that are, like, that know that I have, like, a reputation for, like, washing out a lot of times. But it's like, yeah, well, they keep putting me on these goddamn, like, ridiculous stations. So it's like, well, I'm not washing out because there was one time, this is the 4th time that I've washed out. There was one time where I kind of just, like, wasn't feeling the station. But the other 3 times that I washed out, it was because what they put me on was so goddamn ridiculous that I would have had to be, like, I don't know, I'm trying to say words that YouTube won't, like... that you, like, I don't know, like, you get the point, though. I would have to be so goddamn stupid to do it that I can't believe that anyone would do it for the same money. Like, everyone gets paid the same, so it's like, dude, if you're gonna do it, like I said, I've done plenty of hard stations, but if the station is hard and it's also, like, bullshit, then, yeah, don't stay on it. Like, I've been at this company almost 8 years, I've been here, like, long enough to where it's, like, you have to know like what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do, and you gotta like draw a line in the sand and just be like, okay, this is where I draw the line. Like, I ain't doing that. You find some other sucker to do it, find someone stupid enough to do it, find somebody, find some other moron to do it. It ain't gonna be me. There's probably plenty of morons that'll do it. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I know I didn't build a whole lot this time. I'll go ahead and wait for another year to go by, that way I get some more money. I'll actually make a point to build more in the next episode, since I basically just, like, talked this whole time for the most part. I don't know, I kind of wanted to just get all that off my chest, because that was kind of a, like, a big thing that happened. Like, it's been in the works for so long. Like, it's been so long in the making, and then it finally happened, and it just, like, like, puttered out, like, immediately or whatever. Like, I didn't even, like, I was only there for 3 hours, and after the first hour... I already could tell that I didn't want to do it, but I was like, I'll just wait till break or whatever, it's fine. So next time we'll actually build, and I will see you then. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like the video, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Have a great day, bye.